Pavitram. Pavitram. Very good. Pratyaksha Bhagavan. Shushu. Very, very good. So Prabhupada is giving the essence of this previous chapter. All of the previous instructions imparted by Srila Rupa Goswami in his broad statement can be summarized as long as one is materially inclined or desirous of merging into the spiritual effulgence, one cannot enter into the realm of pure devotional service. So, how do you learn previous chapters? So, liberation is very insignificant in front of devotion. And devotion after liberation. And liberation means free from all contamination. So, that is, as long as one is materially inclined or desirous of merging into the spiritual effulgence, one cannot enter into the realm of pure devotional service. That is the conclusion. Next, Rupa Goswami states that devotional service is transcendental to all material considerations, and that is not limited to any particular country, caste, society, or circumstances. You know, the devotional service is not limited to any country, any classes, any society, or any circumstances. So pure. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, devotional service is transcendental and has no cause. Transcendental and no cause. No cause means ahoituki, no hetu. Devotional service, why you should do? No cause. Without loving, we cannot stay. Why Radharani love Krishna? She cannot live without love. Devotional service is executed without any hope for gain. And it cannot be checked by any material circumstances. Just imagine, devotional service means pursuing Krishna. If someone can stop that, getting Krishna, that is, he is more powerful than Krishna. If anyone can stop getting Krishna, that means he is more powerful than Krishna. It cannot be happen. That is why devotional service is executed without any hope for gain, and it cannot be checked in material circumstances. It is open for all without any distinction. And it is the constitutional occupation of the living entities. All the words, sentences are very powerful. Now why is explaining the purity of devotional service. In that connection of question is saying, purity of devotional service, so pure, it is not any type of material gain or liberation, or not be checked by any type of country, class, society, circumstances. Nothing, any material condition, any, cannot check it. And somebody wanted to check. After Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving an example. It is not by Rupa Goswami. Prabhupada is giving some part. What happens after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's departure? How it was checked. In the Middle Ages, after the disappearance of Lord Chaitanya's great associates, Lord Nityananda, a class of priestly persons claimed to be the descendants of Nityananda, calling themselves the Goswami caste. They further claimed that the practice and spreading of devotional service belonged only to their particular class, which was known as Nityananda Vangsha. There is another name of that, Jati Gosai. In this way, they exercise their artificial power for some time until Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the powerful Acharya of the Gauriya Vaishnava Sampradaya, completely smashed their idea. There was a great hard struggle for some time, but it has turned out successfully. And it is now correctly and practically established that devotional service is not restricted to a particular class of men. Besides that, anyone who is engaged in devotional service is already on the status of being a high-class Brahmin. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's struggle for this movement has come out successful. I want to share another. Prabhupada wrote Bengali song in glorification to his spiritual master. There he nicely mentioned. He mentioned, Prabhupada wrote, once upon a time, the ocean of mercy was bound up. Abadha Karunasindhu Katiyam. Nityananda Korechila Premabandada. Once upon a time, Nityananda, when the ocean of mercy was bounded, Nityananda cut in different places and made flood of mercy. But Nityananda gave responsibility of the different gates to different of his descendants. But Jader Kobole Silo Sota Prabhayati, to whom he had given responsibility, Tader Badhilo Maya Brata Parit. They caught up by Maya. Whatever dam they gave, Jati Gosai Name Tara Prabhaha Badhilo. They said, we are Nityananda Vangsha. We are the only distributor of Krishna Prem. Nobody other than our family member can distribute Krishna Prem. They are called Jati Gosai. Prabhaha Badhilo. They stop the flow of mercy. And Apuni Asya Prabhu Mohana Kulilo. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati came and he cut again and again the flood. Premier Bonnai Avar Dubalo Shabat. And due to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, again the flood of mercy. Moheno Dinohino Potita. Srila Prabhupada saying, fallen soul like me also deliver. Here the same thing Prabhupada is mentioned. So, temporarily Nityananda Vangsha stopped. But until Bhaktisiddhanta appeared. In this way, they exercise their artificial power for some time until Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the powerful Acharya of Vaishnava, completely smashed their idea. So he proved that devotion also is so pure, nobody can stop. It is on the basis of his position that anyone can now become a Gauriya Vaishnava from any part of the world or any part of the universe. Prabhupada is not taking his credit. Just see how Prabhupada is magnanimous. Prabhupada said, now, due to ISKCON, anybody from any part of the world can become guru to distribute this Krishna Prem. And it is due to the mercy of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. It is on the basis of his position that anyone can now become Gauriya Vaishnava. Anyone who is a pure Vaishnava is situated transcendentally, and therefore the highest qualification in the material world, namely to be in the modes of goodness, is already achieved by such a person. Our Krishna consciousness movement in the Western world is based on the above mentioned proposition of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, our spiritual master. On his authority, we are claiming members from all sections of the Western countries. The so-called Brahmanas claim that one who is not born into a Brahmana family cannot receive the sacred thread and cannot become a high-grade Vaishnava. But we don't accept such a theory because it is not supported by Rupa Goswami nor by the strength of the various scriptures. Rupa Goswami proved that bhakti devotion is so pure, it is not limited to any country or sects or society or caste or creed. So Rupa Goswami specifically mentions here that every man has the birthright to accept devotional service and become Krishna conscious. Everybody. Who has the right to take bath in Ganges? Everybody. Who has the right to take sunshine? Everybody. So why not? Everybody has that right, birthright to accept Krishna consciousness. Rupa Goswami has given many evidences from many scriptures, and he especially quoted one passage from Padma Purana, wherein the Vasishtha tells King Dilip, what is telling? My dear king, everyone has the right to execute devotional service just as he has the right to take early bath in the month of Magh. There is more evidence in the Padma Purana, in the Kashi Khanda portion, where it is said, in the country known as Mayuradhwaj, the lower caste people who are considered less than Shudras are also initiated in the Vaishnava cult of devotional service. And when they are properly dressed with tilak on their bodies and beads in their head, hands, and on their necks, they appear to be coming from Vaikuntha. In fact, they look so beautiful that immediately they surpass the ordinary Brahmanas. Very practical. Just see anybody when accept Krishna consciousness, they got a whole body tilak, konthimala, and in hand bead bag. How he looks like. Does a Vaishnava automatically becomes a Brahmana? This idea is also supported by Sanatana Goswami in his Haridvakti Vilas, which is Vaishnava guide, Vaishnava Samvidhan. Therein, he clearly stated that any person who is properly initiated into the Vaishnava cult certainly becomes a Brahman. That means he has not to take any Brahman initiation. When is Vaishnava? Vaishnava is above Brahman. Sometimes people are worried about, oh, I am not Brahman, I am not Brahman. Are you Brahman? Why Brahman? When someone is Vaishnava, he is above Brahman. Will you, after doing MA degree, will you go for again class 10 degree? There he is clearly stated that any person who is properly initiated into the Vaishnava cult certainly becomes Brahman. He has given a nice proof. What is the proof? As much as the metal known as Kangsha in English called bell metal. Kangsha is turned into gold by the mixture of mercury. Prabhupada said, the chemist can take lesson from this, so they can make some gold by mixing these two things. Kangsha, we mix with the mercury, you turn into gold. A bona fide spiritual master under the guidance of authorities can turn anyone to Vaishnava cult so that naturally he may come to the topmost position of the Brahmins. If a Kangsha by the mixture of mercury and gold, so why any person in connection is scripture spiritual master by initiation, why he cannot become pure? Why he cannot become Brahman? Srila Rupa Goswami warns, however, that if a person is properly initiated by a bona fide spiritual master, he should not think that simply by the acceptance of such initiation, his business is then finished. Wow. Sometimes people, oh, I have initiated. One devotee, one joking, one devotee, picture, temple president. He asked one devotee, why are you not coming to the temple? He said, no, I have taken initiation. He asked, why not coming to the initiation? No, mera to diksha to ho gaya. I have taken initiation. That means he has taken initiation, only you're going to the temple. No, Prabhupada has given nice thing. Diksha means initiation, means starting, not finished. Initiation means starting. One still has to follow the rules and regulations. Very careful. If after accepting the spiritual master and being initiated, one does not follow the rules and regulations of devotional service, then is again fallen. One must be very vigilant to remember that he is the part and parcel of the transcendental body of Krishna, and that it is his duty as part and parcel to give service to the whole or Krishna. If we do not render service to Krishna, then again we fall down. If we don't service, then fall down. Just imagine, if your hand is not working under your guidance, so what does it mean? It's a disease condition, paralyzed. In Sanskrit, abosh. Paralyzed means abosh. If a body is instructing, go, this hand, go this place, not going, that means abosh. Abosh means paralyzed, disease condition. So as we are serving a part of Krishna, and when you are serving, that is a disease condition. That means that is fallen down. Why fallen down? Just imagine. One leaf in the tree. What is connected to the tree is supplying food by photosynthesis process from the sunshine, producing food and helping to the tree. But when it is disconnected from the tree, fall down from the tree, no more use. When fall down. So when fall down is no more connect. You can take it opposite way. When it is in the body and not helping, serving the body as the tree, that means he is already fallen down. So if we don't render service to Krishna, then we are fall down. In other words, simply becoming initiated does not elevate one to the position of a high-class Brahman. One also has to discharge the duties and follow the regulatory principles very rigidly. Srila Rupa Goswami also says that if anyone regularly discharging devotional service, there will be no question of a fall down. If you regularly discharge service, there is no question of fall down. But even if circumstantially there is some fall down, the Vaishnava need have nothing to do with the prashchit. Why? Just Listen it carefully. But even if circumstantially there is some fall down, first he said no fall down. If circles fall down, the Vaishnava need have nothing to do with prashchit. Why? Who can give it answer? Why no need a prashchit? Oh, devotee means here, whatever mistake you do, he has no prashchit. Why no need a prashchit? Who can give answer? Why need a prashchit? Okay, Nidhi Madhuri. Okay, maybe there. Okay.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj, because the actually devotional service starts from the where we have left, so that might be the reason.
If any remedy for prashchit, if you commit a devotee has committed some mistakes, if you do some prashchit, what does it mean? Prashchit is more powerful than devotion. Am I correct? By doing bhakti, if you commit mistakes, to nullify that, you have to do some prashchit. That means prashchit is more powerful than bhakti. Ke bhakti cannot nullify that. When I am doing bhakti, committing mistake, can bhakti cannot nullify that thing? If bhakti cannot do and we take shelter of the other some processes, then that process is more powerful than bhakti. Then why you should do bhakti? Do prashchitta, that is best. That is why no need of prashchitta, because prashchitta is not powerful. Why you should do powerful? If prashchitta is powerful, then why you should do bhakti? Prashchitta is actually ritualistic process. The ritualistic ceremony for purification. If someone falls down from the principles of devotional service, he need not to take to prashchitta performance for reformation. He has simply execute the rules and regulations for discharging devotional service, and this is sufficient for his reinstatement. If you commit mistake, do the bhakti again. No need to go in other place. This is the mystery of Vaishnava karma. Practically, there are three processes of elevating one to the platform of spiritual consciousness. This process are karma, jnana, and bhakti. Ritualistic performance are in the fold of karma. So there is karma, jnana, and bhakti. Ritualistic performance is karma. So if by karma you can nullify bhakti, that means karma is higher. Speculative process are in the field of jnana. One has taken to bhakti, the devotional service of Lord need have nothing to do with karma and jnana. It has been already explained that pure devotional service is without any tinge of karma or jnana. Jnana karmadi anabhritam. Already mentioned in the definition of bhakti. What is that? Jnana karmadya anabhritam. Bhakti should have no tinge of philosophical speculation or ritualistic performance. Ritualistic performance is karma. So no tinge of that. I think it is clear to you why devotee no need to do prashchit. In this connection, Srila Rupa Goswami gives evidence from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, in which it is said by Lord Krishna to Uddhava, the distinction between qualification and disqualification may be made in this way. Persons who are already elevated in discharging devotional service will never again take shelter of the process of creative activities or philosophical speculation. If one sticks to devotional service and is continued by regulatory principles given by the authorities and acharyas, that is the best qualification. This statement supported in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 5th chapter, 17th verse, where in Sri Narad Muni advice, Vyasdev Thusly, I'm reading this translation just to understand who is verb. Even if one does not execute his specific occasional duty, but immediately takes direct shelter of the lotus feet of Hari Krishna, there will be no fault on his part. And in all circumstances, his position is secure. Even if by some bad association he falls down while executing devotional service, or if he does not finish the complete course of devotional service and dies untimely, still he is not at a loss. A person who is simply discharging his occupational duty in Varna and Ashram, however, with no Krishna consciousness, practically does not gain the true benefit of human life. Which verse? त्यक्ता सधर्मम चरणम मुजम हरे भजन अपक्क पतत्ततजित जत्र कह अभद्रम जत्र कह व अभद्रम अभूत अमुष्यकीम कबार्थ आप्त अभजतं सधर्म त्यक्ता सधर्म चरणम मुज हरे भजन अपक्क पतत्ततजित. In immature stage of devotional service, if someone fall down, what is the problem? Those who are, on the other hand, somebody is performing so nicely. What is the use of it? Performing karma kanda nicely, what is the use of that type of sadhana? The purport is there. Can you see my screen? The purport is there. All conditioned souls who are engaged very frantically in activities of sense gratification, without knowing that this process will never help them to get out of material contamination, but avoid it only with repeated births and deaths. In the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is clearly stated by Rishabh to his sons, persons engaged in fruitive activities are repeatedly accepting birth and death, and until they develop a loving feeling for Vasudeva, there will be no question of getting out from these stringent laws of material nature. As such, any person who is very seriously engaged in the occupational duties in the Varna ashramas, who does not develop love for the Supreme Personal Godhead Vasudeva, is it to be understood as simply spoiling his human form of life. So nicely performing sadharma, but no attachment for Krishna or Vasudeva. That is, his life is useless. It is confirmed in the 11th canto, 11th chapter, 32 verse. In which Lord says to them, my dear Buddha, any person who takes shelter of me in complete surrender and follows my instructions, giving up all occasional duties, is to be considered the first-class man. In this statement of the Supreme Personal Godhead, it is understood that people who are generally attached to philanthropic, ethical, moral, altruistic, political, and social welfare activities may be considered nice men only in the calculation of the material. They consider materially nice person. From Srimad Bhagavatam and other authentic Vedic scriptures, we learn further that if a person simply acts in Krishna consciousness and discharges devotional service is considered to be far, far better situated than all of these persons engaged in the philanthropic, ethical, moral, altruistic, and social welfare activities. If there is a plane crash, 1,000 people are drowning in the ocean, and one person went there, he take out 1,000 mobile and 1,000 clothes. And one person went and only rescue only one person. Who is done the marvelous job? He was at least only one person. So materialistic person, they are doing the materialistic activities. They're concerned about their body. But devotee, devotional is service to the soul. So that is why there is no comparison. Like if I say, okay, if someone is rescue one person, and if someone collected all the mobiles, how many mobiles collected compared to one rescuing one person? What is the answer? No comparison. So the altruistic, philanthropic, all these activities cannot compare to devotions. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Metta Devashan.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.